And that is a tremendously told story. All the details are right. I mean, there were a couple little things about the incest and about the,
And this is just a little bit about the incest.
Not respecting culture.
That we're talking about from 40 years in the future. Which 10 years after they already went to the future.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of things about this movie that are really stunning. And it's amazing how it works, but it can be studied for writing.
Information flow.
Information flow.
I mean, there's so much information they have to give you, and there's so much about the characters, and we have to believe all of the characters. And they have the two plots. Most things usually only have one with kind of a tiny subplot. These were two major plots that came together and went apart, came together and went apart.
And they don't use the 5-person team structure. They use the old 2-person team, the lone wolf team structure. And so there's a lot of things you can study in here, a tremendous amount.
I would suggest that you go back and do it again and think about it, but give it some thought, let it sink in. Learning how this stuff is planted is really important.
Yes, look for the details. I mean, I've seen this movie more times than I want to think about, and I'm still seeing and noticing details that they just put in, and that's important that you put that in for the reader as well as the viewer.
But you're never going to do it consciously.
No.
That's why we study these things.
You can't do
learn how the techniques work consciously. That's why we're talking about it. And then you trust that your subconscious understands and will put it in down the road. I can't tell you how many times I've had readers say to me, God, it was so smart of you to put this in book 1 and it shows up in book 4. And I'm like, oh.
Really? Who knew? We don't put it in purposely. You can't do it from the front part of your brain. That part of your brain's not smart enough. You've got to just keep studying and then go and write into the dark. Let your creative voice control. And this stuff will come through.
You can do this on your own with your own favorite movies, by the way. You can look and see how they do this stuff.
Yep. Okay, we're done. We'll see you the next Kris and Dean show.